Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Mustangs will boot it away to start the game. Fair catch called for and made. Line gets set, first down. Leaves it with the running back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And it's just simple first down run. You're showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
First down for the offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pulls it in, it's Hunter. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And the Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Now from inside the red zone. Pulls it in. It's good. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Looking to throw, it's Sanders. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Buffaloes will hustle to the line. On 3rd down, going up top. Grab behind the line. It's good. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffs! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense set on first down. The give is to Smith. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Mustangs will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He wants to throw. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. The give to the tailback. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Looking to throw, it's Sanders. He's moving out of the pocket. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
Couldn't make the connection on 1st down. Now here on 2nd. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Snagged in the middle, it's Hunter. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Live by the blitz, get hit with a chunk play on the blitz too, especially if you're man up on that dude.
And you know what? You lose some battles, especially to receivers like this who are so elite. You're going to lose some of those, but I'm still going to be aggressive. I'm still going to play man. I'm still going to have to bring some blitzes. So I look for this defense to stay aggressive, but maybe give that guy a smidge more attention.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed, and if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. First down here for the offense. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Determined effort to pick up 6 and get it inside the red zone and down to the 16.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Defense in press coverage. Dropping back, it's Sanders. It's in! Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Complete, out of the backfield. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They tried to set up that screen. The problem was, David, they left a big hole in it for the tackle.
And just a great job by the defense. Like, that's a fool you play. That's a trick you play. It gets you to run upfield, rush the passer, slip it behind you. The defense did not bite. Great play.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Colorado. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they closed the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right.
The expressway is wide open. At the 30. The 10. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. The offense set for a first down play. They believe they can run right here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. To the air, it's Jennings. They're bringing heat. And he intercepts it. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. They'll run it from the gun. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter.
SMU 0.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Buffaloes are in the hurry-up. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And I think you'll hear a little grumbling from the fan base, right? 3rd and long. I want to be aggressive. I want to throw the football. They get conservative. This offense is leading. Maybe that goes into the thought process a little bit.
Never a doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
The hand to the running back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Fires and picked off. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's loose. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Virginia Tech has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside Lane Stadium. They're up by 9 over USF. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
He fires one deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Are we sure that he knows what color jersey his receivers are wearing? Threw a pick on the last drive and almost threw another one.
Just temporarily confused. No big deal. Hey, short memory. Quarterback's got to have those short memories, right? It's behind me. No harm done. Reset. Next play.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Pressure coming. He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
The give to the back. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Buffs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 26.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Oh, and it hits the left upright. No good. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
The run to the right. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. The Mustangs pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the 1st down.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. All kinds of running room. The 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, SMU!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Offense is coming back onto the field. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Not the type of accuracy you typically see from this senior quarterback. And the Buffaloes want to pick up the tempo.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
They'll run play action. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Sanders.
And finally, you're seeing some life from the defense. They've been struggling all game long up to this point, but back-to-back sacks on 2 consecutive plays, they're at least still trying to fight back in this game.
And the Buffaloes line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He'll bring it back. It's Wheaton. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Fires to the middle. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Maryland. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up.
Brings up 2nd down.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Into the end zone. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket. And they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Sends it downfield. Brings it in down the left side. Off he goes. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Unleashes one deep. And that was so close to a turnover in the end zone. The defense almost with the huge play.
Well, things have mostly been going right for this offense in this game so far. That's why they have the lead they have. But that time, a little bit of a mental error. That should have been intercepted. Don't love the decision by the quarterback.
Looking for a man. It's Sanders. He'll take a shot. What a snag by the defense. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've done yourself a significant hole.
It's another first down for the offense.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Trying to take it back. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 8. Oh, you know he wanted that pick 6, but the offense is in business.
Defense is about negative plays, creating negative plays and creating turnovers. What a great job, not only creating the interception, but doing something after it. You see the blocks after the interception, return it almost back to the house, and now you set your offense up with great field position.
He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. And they will score. Touchdown, Colorado. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Fires downfield. He's got it. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Back to throw, it's Jennings. He rifles one deep to the left. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
Well, that's the 2nd pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I love the defense right now and the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts. I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the field, making plays. Listen, you're supposed to see the...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's one-on-one, but not two-on-one. You got to see that. You got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
Pocket starts to collapse. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
37, SMU.
The Buffaloes will kick it off to start the second half.
Set to kick this one off.
the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but he did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it, and that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Touchdown Mustangs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do. But step one accomplished.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. The inside handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
From the gun, running back on the move. At the 35, he's got room. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. He's going to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, man, they've got a big lead on offense, and they are still taking shots. They are challenging this secondary deep down the field. They barely missed that one.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Sanders. Looking to take a shot. And that ball is picked off. Got room on the return. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. The quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that one.
They'll line up for a second down play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. They almost had another interception. Is everybody clear on who's wearing which colored jerseys?
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense for a reason.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch past the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Go straight ahead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Mustangs racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
He finds his man. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And the red zone, the field starts to shrink as a defense. I don't drop as far in my drops now. I got to understand, I'm getting back quick. That ball's going to come out. Nice job by the defense reacting to the pass and going and making a physical tackle.
Trying to push their way into the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, SMU! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
They'll try to pound their way in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Colorado, 37. SMU, 20.
And he's going to try to return this one. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone.
Will take over 1st and 10.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Scanning the field, it's Sanders. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
29 Philly. Clear.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Pulls it in on the left. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And the beatdown has ensued. On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Louisville rolled to victory. And how about that Cardinals quarterback? Remember, this is a program that produced Lamar Jackson. So to gush about a play caller there, that's saying something. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. With the catch, it's Dixon. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. And the Mustangs in the hurry-up. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Hard running there. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Another first down.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. The Mustangs getting set on 1st and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Mustang. And they'll try to tack on 2. Dropping back, it's Jennings. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Colorado, 44. SMU, 26.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Give to the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. He'll take the deep shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, the defense is starting to figure it out, I think. It's taken him some time. This guy already has 2 touchdown catches. That time, though, they were in a better position in coverage to force the incompletion.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Makes the catch on the left. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Buffs! And the punishment has been extended. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the kick is no good, but the defense way too aggressive. I think they roughed him. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the 2-point try.
Ringo. Easy. Lion.
To the air, it's Sanders. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
SMU 26.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Quarterback will audible. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's Dixon. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Mustangs headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw for it. Shoots it to the left. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the offense falls on the football, but they are short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive. 1st and goal. He'll keep it on the draw. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Colorado 50.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead from there on the inside.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They want to run this quarterback. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves
is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats at the end of the season. We look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Here's the handoff. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. The Mustangs want to move quickly. They'll give it to the back. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. It's 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. To the air, it's Jennings. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. There he goes to the right. He's at the 10. Touchdown, SMU. And once he got loose, it was all over.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
50, SMU. 32.
He'll bring it out. It's Hood. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Crosses the 35. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, go in full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
And the Buffaloes moving quickly to the line. Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on 2nd down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On the option. Now the pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
And they're going to try to convert on 4th down. 1 for 2 so far today. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The completion well past the sticks. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And the Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
The give as they work on that clock. And the defense backs him up, making the tackle in the backfield. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
To throw, it's Sanders. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Had to get rid of it quickly. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Buffaloes decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Trying to get to it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab, and he's got the 1st. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Mustangs want to crank the tempo.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he
throws toward the end zone. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The give on the inside. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. On the jet sweep, racing for the edge and the sticks. Open space at the 25. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And the Buffaloes will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they say you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, David, the defense dialed it up at the perfect time, and what a tackle.
Great tackle. I'm surprised, honestly, he held on to the football. That is what you want. You want physical knockbacks. When you're on defense, you watch the tape. Coach is like, is the running back falling forward? If he's falling forward, we're not doing our job. There was no falling forward on that one. And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
No big secret what they're trying to do here. They've kept it on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Gives it to the back on the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You try to go draw, but there's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and that the offense has a negative play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Now they'll run the draw. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And the Buffaloes will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the returner will be brought down. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. With the catch, it's Smith. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy,
going for the big play. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see 4th down, but it's better than throwing another pick.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
And for the 5th time, the offense will go for it on 4th down. 2 for 4 so far. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He wants a big play here late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about.
Play moves it down the field. 1st down.
When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run.